All right, we're here with head men's basketball coach Pryor Orser. Men's basketball team's going to kick off the 2011-12 season this weekend. They're going to host Black Hills State, South Dakota School of Mines. Talk a little bit about the competition this week that you're taking on here at Lockridge Arena.
Well, first of all, we really don't know that much about him because Black Hills, they won 27 games last year. He is my former assistant coach, and I know that he's doing a very, very good job up there, but they did lose a lot of seniors off a very, very good team, and they have a lot of new players, so we really do not know that much about them. And I think, for the most part, we're really concerned about what we do, and if we can go out there and play very hard, play with a lot of energy and enthusiasm, I think we'll be in good shape competitively.
Coming into this season, some pretty big expectations after last year, winning the conference, getting to the NCAA tournament, finishing the season nationally ranked. You're coming into this season now being ranked 18th in Division II. What does that mean for the program, and what does that mean for the season going forward?
Well, I think one thing it means is we have a little bigger target on our backs, and we have to show up, and like I told the guys, that all that stuff, it doesn't really mean anything. You still have to go out and play the game and prove that we're worthy of those accolades, and again, we want to take it one game at a time like we always do. We don't want to get too high, we don't want to get too low, and proceed through the season with our goals. And obviously I like our team. I like where we're playing at. I think we're playing at a high level. We just have to continue to play like that each weekend, and I think that we'll have a very, very good season.
And coming in this season, you have some very good players returning on your team. First and foremost, Dale Minch-Weiner, who has had a great career here, a great player in the post, can rebound, can shoot the ball, can really do it all. Talk about kind of what you expect from him this season, being his senior season.
Well, first thing is leadership. And I think he's, obviously losing two great seniors in Sean Armstrong and Drew Hoffman, two of the best that's ever played here. And then obviously Dale has stepped up starting last spring, all summer, all fall. He is definitely one of our team leaders and one of our four seniors. So, I think he's poised to have a good year. He wants to have a good year. He's prepared very, very hard. He's worked really hard over the summer and this last fall for his senior year, and I think he's just poised to have a great breakout year. He's been practicing extremely well, extremely hard. And I think he can go down as one of the best to ever play here as well.
And another player that really complements Dale really well is Gordon Galloway. Kind of had a breakout season last year. Coming to this season, what are you looking for out of Gordo?
Well, first of all, Gordo, I should say this, he is a former walk-on here, and he's started every game since he's been here. He's just an incredible competitor. He's very unassuming, but he's sneaky athletic. He can score in a variety of ways. He's a good shooter. He can score in the post. He can go left. He can go right. He can shoot the three now. He's an excellent defender. He's an excellent rebounder. He is, no question, one of our best all-around basketball players and one of our best competitors. And he did graduate. He turned down a lot of money to come back to school here so he can get his master's, and we're really happy that he did that. And I just can't be more pleased to coach such a fine young man as Gordon.
Another good player you have on your team coming back, a starter, preseason all-conference player, Brett Green, can shoot the ball, just a very athletic player, getting to the basket. Talk about kind of how he's evolved over the past couple of seasons from a freshman till now. He's a junior here this season. So.
Yeah, well, I think if you look at his stats, he's had, his stats have gotten better every year, and Brett's just one of those guys. He is a very, very good player, and he's an all-league player as a sophomore. He's 6'4", 200-pound two-guard. He handles it. He passes well. He shoots it well. He has mid-range game. He can, obviously we're doing some things to get him in the post a little bit to create some mismatches. He's just one of those guys. He's just hard to take off the floor. His plus or minus is always positive, and he's just a quiet leader. He's a quiet, fierce competitor. He's also. It is a privilege to coach him every single day. I think he's a very, very good player. I think he's got a chance to be one of the best, the most successful players ever to play here at the School of Mines after 4 years.
Another player you get back this year is Jacob Case. He missed last year due to injury. How's his progress been, and what's he looking like coming into the season, health-wise? and just developing, getting back to where he was before.
Well, you know, Jacob left and he was a 2-year starter, and he hasn't played for a year and a half. He has some disc issues, but right now he's progressing very, very well. He's been practicing every day. He's prepared all summer, and I just think he's in a great place. Right now he's Mr. Energy, and it's nice to have a 5th-year senior with all that experience to be starting for you, especially in the place of a really good player that left our program, in Drew Hoffman. But I can't be more pleased with how Jake is playing. I mean, he's a tremendous competitor. He's a tremendous kid, and he is Mr. Energy, and he will provide a significant role for our success this year.
Sean Armstrong had a great year for you guys last year, leading you at the point. Really could do it all. Could score the ball, could pass, set people up really well. Now you have a player like Chris Gutama who's going to fill his shoes and run the point. You know, how do you kind of transition, because he's a very different player than Sean?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, you can't replace Sean Armstrong. There is no way that we can replace Sean Armstrong. We just, we can't think like that. Chris is a very good player. He brings a different dimension. He's really feisty on ball, and that's what we're looking. He's our point guard. He's our guy. He's going to be the starter at the point guard, and he can push the ball in transition. He can cause a lot of havoc. He has to play extremely, extremely hard, pressuring the ball all the time, all game long. He's a good passer. He's really worked hard at his shot, because last year a lot of people, they would double team Dale in the post off of Chris. And I think that was an area of improvement, an area of emphasis that we talked about. And so he's really worked at his three-point shot over the summer, and he's just playing fantastic right now. I can't be more pleased with where he's at. He's another 5th-year senior. His leadership, his communication style has improved drastically. I can't be more pleased with where he's at.
And finally, we're in the non-conference part of your schedule. What do you hope to get out of these first 4 games or so against non-conference opponents that will prepare you for the conference season?
Well, one thing that we need to get a rhythm, because we're at a stage right now where we've just been practicing against each other, beating each other up. We need to play against someone else. I think there's a fine line about how much you can improve practicing against yourself. Now you need to practice against other people and what other people can do. The other thing is it will allow us to play some other players. We have some other very good players in the program. Namely, Trevor Wages was a big physical player for us last year. He's playing at a high level right now, and Trevor will be a sophomore. He's gained weight. He's stronger. He's in much better condition. He's in a much better place mentally. I look for great things out of him. The other is we've got a couple freshmen that are just fantastic players. Brian Muller and Trevor Ritchie. Those guys are just doing an outstanding job. Nico Mucci is another player who had significant action last year, who's also playing very, very well. And another surprising newcomer that we have to the group, who's been in the program a couple of years, is Luke Misch. And I think, if we can get these guys some experience in these next 4 games before we start the conference, that will really help our team going into the tough league schedule that we have.
Well, thanks, Coach Orser. I appreciate your time, and good luck this weekend.